Oh boy. Oh man, the lighting is so bad during the day. Makes it hard to do lives during the day. Okay, so it's nice here. Uh, well, okay. You're right. So I'll basically close that up. Sorry. Good morning, ladies and ladies of the TikToky. The mad scientist here, Mr. Farid. Morning. Um, I was medicated last night, so couldn't make the live, but I am here this morning to finish off the American-based tens. I actually forgot to do the live. I was busy with it, and it just dawned on me, yo man, you're not doing the live. You're supposed to do the live when you're doing the speaker repairs, because like I said, people lie. And me, I don't like people to lie, especially when it comes to my work. So everything is documented, it's on video. You never fix my speaker. There's a video. No, but TikTok don't save the lives. Yeah, I know TikTok don't save the lives, but I save it and I post it on my YouTube channel. So it's on YouTube forever. Once it goes on YouTube, it don't go off YouTube. So it wasn't playing. It's making a noise. When it was here and I was testing it, it wasn't making noise. All of these things, Um, over the years, you learn all of the tricks and the trades of what needs to be done. Right, so this year was done coiled yesterday. I baked it yesterday. Was supposed to close it up on the live, but like I said, I was medicated like hell. I just soldered that. So we're gonna get some paper and wrap that dude up, because you should always wrap it up to be safe. You know, we're coming close to December. Uh, December is the month for AIDS, AIDS awareness. So before we get to that month, always make sure you wrap it up. So same story with this thing. It gets hurt every now and then when you don't wrap it up, because when you put a lot of heat into the coil, the heat will go there, and if there's nothing that's protecting the solder will loosen because of the heat, and then it will disconnect, and then the speaker stops playing, and you're like, but it was only 3 songs and now it's not playing. And then I bring it back here, then I gotta sit with the headache of having to take it all out just to come to find out that it disconnected there. So we make sure we wrap it up whenever we dial this thing. Let me just go and have a quick wordy with wifey, because the camera's facing this way. She'll probably come around the corner there, and I don't want the whole internet to see the lingerie that wifey walk around with during in the house. So right, now that we've got all of that sorted out, because of how the sunlight is blossoming from that side, I cannot move the camera in its normal position. So unfortunately it has to be where it is. Um, Maybe we can do that. Let's try this way and see if it doesn't work this way. Nope. Nope. Doesn't work. It's gonna have to be this way. What's happening in this episode? Yep, it's the right one. Such a bright day. I think we should go with a nice bright yellow. Yeah. It's always lekker to go with some nice bright colors. See the tiny ass slime, man. I don't like these tiny ones. They're always a nightmare to glue. How's it, Karina? Still alive, you know. The flu, high blood pressure, hypertension, they all try to take me out, but they never learn from their bra COVID that I'm not that easy to kill, you know what I mean? COVID came with all his bras, also tried, never work. Can't take me out, bruh. How's the shows going? How's the comps, the numbers? Okay. Alright. I don't know if I doubt any of you guys were on my lives in the evening. I used to do the tomato sauce glue for the speakers. Being that these here are not street speakers, they slightly stronger than street speakers. Well, the street speakers I was using the tomato sauce glue, but the tomato sauce company said that they upgraded their glue now to mustard glue. It's slightly stronger than the tomato sauce glue, so I got me some they gave me a sample to test, but for this they also gave me samples for competition speakers. So now I've got the chili sauce glue that I'm going to be using for, see, it's got the fire. That's basically like how some of the speakers burn, like that. So this glue basically helps, it reduces the fire because it was made in the fire, you see. So only the competition subs get this glue because it's kind of expensive. If I'm thinking right now, oh, this goes on the, no, I don't need this glue for that. So I can use a tomato sauce glue for just the paper, basically. Thunder series are good, bruh. So for the paper and the normal street subs, I use the mustard sauce one. Now I'm gonna test it out and see. Karina, you'll smell the glue every time you make the car hot. Eventually it'll go away. It shouldn't last forever. It does go away eventually. But I would be happy if I'm still smelling glue, because then it means everything is still nice. It's a good indicator for when you must put the sound down. Once the glue disappears, once that glue smell disappears, you're not gonna know when to put the sound down, and then you'll end up back here. But when you're smelling the glue, it means that the coil is hot. And I only smell the glue when I'm baking it here. The only time I start smelling the glue is after about 14 minutes. And then the coil is at about 548 degrees. or 568, somewhere there. But it's over 500 degrees at that time. So if you're smelling it, you must know the coil is warm. Okay. Those thunders, I would say get yourself 1,500 monoblock. Doesn't matter what brand is, bruh. 1,500, 1,500. Make sure it's 1,500 RMS. That's it. Because then you got a little bit of headroom, you know. Oh. Yeah, just leave, Karina, when you're doing your burps. RMS, yeah, 1,500 RMS. Karina, when you, between burps, just make sure there's enough cooling off time between the burps. Because I'm suspecting that the reason why they burned the first time could be the same reason why they heating up now again. There might be what's this? The net volume might be a little bit too little for that subs. They might need a bigger box. Okay, there we go. All wrapped up. Good. Oh, so gorgeous. I love it, man. Hold on. Wrong way. What am I doing? Okay, before we go there, I took out one of these screws here. Oh man. No, don't, please don't do that. I got you guys all nicely put here so that none of them get lost. Ah, there you are. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ah, voetzak man. The hell? I'll send it again, Karina. Strong monoblock but not power hungry. The ones that's not power hungry, it's hard to get those ones, bruh. But from personal experience, I've had good I've done good with the Star Sound Raptor 2200. That one wasn't too power hungry. The Star Sound Raptor, that one wasn't power hungry. Then the, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Audio Bank. Sorry, not Audio Bank. The Power Base. According to what I've seen, like I said, I'm only gonna talk about my own personal stuff. By own personal, I mean what I've seen with my own eyes. The Power Base 2500, not power hungry. Then it was the Power Base 2500, Star Sound Raptor 22. Oh, I've got a ice power here. The red one at FZ series. Look, it's not amazingly strong amplifier, but it's not power hungry either, but it's about 1000 RMS according to the books and stuff. So I won't say it's less than that, but I doubt it's more than that. So you can look at that as well. Oh yeah, power base, the, what's the other one? That blue one? The blue one also, they got that. I don't know the names, man, of this thing. That long amplifier. Warhead also, the Warhead one, the 45,000 Warhead, also not a power hungry amp. Targa, I'm thinking with the Targa ones, it's that the Hitman. Not, it's a little bit, but not as much. Nishan, I don't think Calibra does anything anymore. Eh? If they do, they're probably doing it under a different name. But to my knowledge, I think Calibra is done after. I think Calibra went out since the time Star Sound came into the business. Calibra has been out of the business. Terminator played against Reloaded at 2003, if I'm not mistaken, could be wrong. 2003 East Rand, not East Rand, Nasdaq, the motor show there, AutoStar motor show at Nasdaq. And since then it's been closed doors. The 10K Dynamite, look for anything in the not street range. So the street range would be your, okay, street is not even entry level. You get entry level, then you get streets, and then you get the one above the streets. Like if you're looking in the Targa range, Targa Street is the street range, and then you get Venom, that's the one above. Python, it's the one above, and then you get the comps. So look for the middle range, anything within the middle range there. I'd say maybe a single 15 will be lekker for you in that. Okay, like I said, this is basically like a comp woofer. Yeah, Calibra was good, eh? For a 10K, I'd say a Python 12, or you could go Street 15, you know, like a Grey Cone or Street Plus. 210s will be nice. 210s will be nice. It'll actually play better than your 12s and 15s, because they're a bit more Oh, this glue smell very strong, man. So it must be all the fire that's coming out of it. Oh, this is that extra spicy glue that I got for all the comp woofers. Believe it or not, guys, I just need to. This is the first time I'm using this glue in this bottle, so I don't yet know how to pour it out right. I might have to modify the cap a bit, because that's weird the way this glue comes out. And I said we gotta put double, that's why it makes it better. So I'm just doing what they told me to do on how to put this thing on to get the best out of it. I'm not like most of the people. Me, I listen when they tell me something. Okay. Damn it. See? Raw fire. Alaikum salam, Buta. Mr. Style, WhatsApp number is on my bio, boss. Yeah, those subs was lekker. I like those Sony ones, especially well, very few Owens had the 12s in them. A lot of Owens were going for the 10s because the 10s were performing so well, and they needed so little. They needed so little to do well, so most of the Owens was vying for 10s. Oof. For 10s, I would go for the Python 10s. Very nice. If budget allows it, I'd definitely go for the DDs. Yeah, look, like I said, a lot of the ones are power base. You know, everything is power based now. A lot of ovens are power based. Daisy. And like I said, I'm not opposed to the power bases. Just when it comes to tins, I don't know a lot of ovens that I've never heard a lot of setups with tins. I would actually upgrade the alternator before I put in a second battery, because if you put the second battery, you're still gonna have issues with power, because the alternator won't be able to charge both the batteries. So if the bank is there to do the alternator, I'd rather do the alternator. Obviously things will change if you as time goes on. Alternator's already in there, it's charging the current battery better than what it was charging it. Come on now. And then your benefit is, in a month or two's time, you can just buy another battery, and then you'll already have an alternator that's big enough or strong enough to charge both the batteries. Alternator is always the first best buy to go. Amperage will depend, boss. Depends on your current setup, what amplifier you've got, because the problem is you can't just upgrade the alternator for no reason. There must be something that's going to be able to draw the current from that alternator. It's going to require it to be bigger. So if your current alternator is 120 amp or 140 amp, 200 amp would be the next best thing. But then what batteries are you running? I would say at least get 40 to 70 amps over the current that you're running. So if you're gonna get 200 amp batteries, at least get yourself a 240 amp or 270 amp alternator. That way, why you gotta be like that, bruh? That way, when your alternator is charging both the batteries, which is 100 amp and 100 amp, you still got 40 amp for left over. You got a 40 amp left over for the car's electricals itself, or 70 amps depending on which one you go for. 40 amps or 70 amps. Oh boy. How's it, Sharon? How do you center without access to voice coil? That is time and experience, my brother. Time and experience. That's how you get that done. It's just a lot of trial and error. And then there's things that you have to do that you learn over time, and that basically gives you the heads up on how to get it done. So here we go. I don't like these That's very strong glue, man. You know, I know it's supposed to be help with when it comes to fires and stuff. When the helps the coil handle the fire better and soft parts and stuff, but I don't like how these nozzles are. Yeah, gold plated coils, the resistance is better, but the price on that. Yeah, I told you. See, I got this here, Sharon. I got this one here. Okay, it's a little bit on the warpy side, but that's what I'm talking about. And if you look at it, it does look like it was 3D printed. Yeah, it looks very acrylic-y. So I'm thinking with that one, I wanna put some resin on it to make it a bit more harder, and then see from there. Justin, my WhatsApp number is on my bio. You can just WhatsApp me there. I'm getting my surround glue from the tomato factory. They sent me some mustard glue to try, but I don't want to try it on the comb subs because they sent me the chili glue for the comb subs. But I'm trying the mustard glue out now. I'm gonna try it out on the Targa street and see how the mustard glue holds the surround and the spiders and stuff. But they sent me this one here. This is the new chili one, the chili glue. Does chili glue, like you see the fire here, it has a lot of heat, can handle a lot of heat, so that's what we're busy doing there. See, like when you're playing bass and the coil gets hot and then it gets fire, then this glue here on the surrounds, I don't know what it does, but it's got fire here, so wow, fire, something like that. It's not a laughing matter, Sharon. These are serious times, bro. We're tired of burning up our subs. We're trying to save them now. Okay. Oh, lovely. This one is done. We can test it tonight. Yeah. Look, now 18, we're gonna be busy with you some other time, not now, my guy. We first need to sort out the vehicle that you are gonna be going into before we can actually start mending you, because there's some new tricks that I wanna try on my 18s. Nishan, I'm in Boksburg North in the East End. Yeah, look, the chili sauce is also stronger, man, you know. Because look, I was using the tomato sauce and it was working, But recently with the spiders and stuff, I seen this, like especially with my 18s, the spiders were coming loose after excessively playing in the 17 hertz 20 hertz range. And with the 18s in the car, I play that a lot. So yeah, that was a bit of an issue. So now hopefully with the chili sauce glue, it's a bit stronger. See, with the fire and stuff. So now hopefully that will hold a lot better than the tomato sauce one. But I'm thinking maybe just the mustard one will work also, because they said the mustard one is a lot stronger than the tomato sauce one. Sharan, I need to drain the oil from the car and put new oil in. So I'm just waiting for the funds to clear. Once the funds are cleared, then because the glue, I mean, the oil that's needed for this car, I don't know if the leak is sorted or not. I'm assuming, I'm assuming what's happening is that the viscosity on the oil that's in the car right now, because what's in there now is the 20W. How's it, Hilton? I'm in Boxburg North in the East End. Nishan, there is a few that's for sale, but you have to check every, like the first week of the new month, because usually that's when the guys decide, now you know what, payday was nice, I got the bonus, I don't need that old subs, I'm gonna buy the new subs and put them in my old box with my old amp and my old whatever, and then when they break, then they bring the new subs in and they take the old subs, or they tell me to keep the old subs as payment for fixing the new subs. So at the moment I have two Venoms that I fixed, Dual Force 1.5, I want for them. And now with this street, after I fix it, I've got two streets basically also. I'll see what's the price gonna be on that. Yeah, like I was saying, Sharan, the thing is, currently in the car now it's 20W that's in the car, but from Renault themselves, they said the 20W is too thick. So I need to that car actually needs a 5W. So my brain, like when I'm looking at the engine and I'm trying to see inside the engine, you know, with my X-ray vision, I think what's happening is that because the oil is too thick, yes, 1.5 for both, I think because the oil is too thick, it's not going into all of the places that it's supposed to go into. That's causing the car to sound, the tappets to be rowdy, so the car sounds like a diesel while it's idling, firstly. And then secondly, because the oil is thick, it's not going into the places that it's supposed to go, it's then building up in the top, and that's why it's leaking out the seal. It could be oil pump also, because the low oil pressure light comes on, so I might have to change the oil pump also. It's the one thing I didn't change, and I thought to myself I need to change this flipping thing, and for some reason I didn't, and I'm kicking myself for it, I know. But yeah, no, I don't think so. I doubt it pressure tested it. So I'll put I'm gonna change the oil first. That's the cheapest option. Just buy a 5 liter, put a new 5 liter, put a 5 liter in, and if the oil is thinner, I am hoping that the oil will not seep out the seal because there's no buildup of oil that is excess. There's because now what my mind is telling me is that there's excess oil that's laying on the top and it doesn't have anywhere to go, so it's forcing its way out the seal. Yeah, but then okay, fine. It's cheaper to hire the pressure tester and all of that, and then you got this gedachte brain here that's using tomato sauce glue and mustard glue. I am not very safe to be around mechanical stuff like that. You can't, boss. The cheaper thing, the best thing for the car is for me to just drain the oil because that's a simple thing. Find a nipple. I can find a nipple in the dark. It's fine. Open him up. Let the oil come out. Close the nipple. Put in the new oil. Let that set. Give it so 10 minutes. Let the new oil be lekker in up to level. Start the car. Let it idle. Wait to hear what's happening. If the car is quiet, if it's silent, then I know that's the issue. Mr. Sweets, how goes, brother man? And I've got to, when I'm done with this, I need to reset this whole thing here because that guy there decided to blow, so I had to get the second one, and I don't know if I'm just gonna leave him on the side and disconnect all of these things here and just connect it onto that one there. I think it'll be safer because I think this whole box thingamajig here that was initially set there for the gate and for my CCTV in the house. I got another one, but when I upgraded from this one to that one, I used this one for all of this, and I think he was faulty because he's noisy. When you put a thing on, the fan kicks in immediately and all that part. With the other one, I had it on yesterday and there was nothing, and I'm standing there and I'm like, and my mind is telling me the fan must go on, and I'm standing there and I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then afterwards I'm asking myself, what are you standing here for? Just put a sub one side, and then I don't know why I needed to do that, and I touched this and it fucking burnt me because it was already on, but because the fan wasn't making noise like how this one was, I thought it was off. I didn't even look at the lights to see if the lights are working or anything. So I don't know, man. It's one of those things. Anyways, we are where we are now. Yeah, but you see, Nishan, the engine was redone. The engine was redone. As Mr. Novi, new rings, bearings, mains, valves, seals, gaskets, all new in the engine. So new, what's this? All new coil pack, plugs, alles was new in the car. So for you to still do that, I'm scheming could be the oil. It's the one thing that can be the cause of it. We know that could be the cause. So if we can start there and rule the oil out, then we can go to the next thing and the next thing. But the cheapest thing from the whole lot, I would say, is the oil at the moment. In my hands, for me to do it myself. How's it, man? Yeah, no, I'm still on Facebook, but I came here rather because on Facebook the people are very nasty with me there, and they say to move on with life and to heal and to do better. No, Nishan, that's the problem, and I'm thinking that's where my flop was. I never put a new oil pump. I think that's where I flopped. So they say cut out all the negativity in your life, so I cut out the negativity. Yeah, that's the flop I made. I never put a new oil pump. And the day when I thought to myself, hey man, why don't you just buy the bloody oil pump and then put the oil pump? I got a message from the bra, hey, engine is back together, the car is starting. We're just waiting to see now if it's gonna leak oil. And I was so happy the car's starting again and I'm gonna get it by the weekend because everyone on here knows. Thanks, Larigan. Everyone on here knows how I've been talking about building my 18s for the white car. Man. I've been overexcited, and then something happens and the car's not right, and then I went to fetch it and the car broke. Then I was down again. Now finally I got the car right, so the brain wasn't functioning fully. I was filled with excitement. I wasn't thinking logically, and that's a big problem for me. I very seldom think logically. Fault was the cam belt snapped because of the oil leaking onto the cam belt all the time. Thanks, my bro. Oil leaking onto the cam belt all the time. It basically softened it, and then under pressure, when the car picked up compression, then the cam belt said, well, I'm a head out now, and then you go bye bye. Yeah, look, it's not a major thing, but the vehicle that it is, it being a Renault Scenic, yeah, the valves went. The valves was bent, all of them. Once the cam belt snaps, the valves go because what's this thing they said this car doesn't have? This car don't have a, there's a something that the car should have, then that thing goes instead of, like to put the timing also, this car doesn't have that thing to set the timing right or something. I don't know. There's something this car doesn't have. So it's like a major thing. No, this has a VVT. This has the VVT, which is where the problem is, I think. The guys were saying it's got the VVT, which is where the issue is. Because it has the VVT, that's why there's an issue, because of that being there. But if there wasn't the VVT, then the car wouldn't have had all of these issues. I wouldn't have had leaking issues and all of that. No, man, it's by the timing, something to do with the timing. This car doesn't have what the fuck is that thing called, man? Apparently, if it's got that, then you can set the timing right with this thing here. You need to have a timing mark set on the thing right, and I don't know, man. It's confusing. I don't know. It's the first car I have. I don't know nothing about it, and it's like I don't even want to learn anything. I just want somebody that knows the car that can fix it. He must come here with a book, you know, and say, see here, these are all the Reynolds I fixed. See on my phone. See, this is my yard. There's only Reynolds there. Yes, sir, you take my car and go and fix it. You get the job. You are hired. Yeah, me also, I love Toyota for that. A Hexagon, 6.5 hex, a 10 inch, 11, 12 and a 13. You can actually get away with just a 10 and a 13, and a star and a flat screwdriver, and you can strip the entire car down into pieces like it was from the factory, with only frame and all the parts laying on the floor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to get it right now. I'm not jumping or stressing to drive the car and get it done. Clutch and pressure plate is 3 grand. It's probably 5 grand at Reynolds, yeah, but it's 3,000 bucks, and then another 1.5 to change it is labor. So yeah, it's pricey, but then everything is pricey, man. There's nothing that's cheap, bruh. We can all complain about how it's expensive, but bottom line is everything is bloody expensive. There isn't really anything that's cheap. Yeah, for the clutch, just the spares itself. 3 grand is the cheap one, the no-name one, and if you want to buy the luck one, it's 3.8 or 4.2 depending on where you go. Because I've been buying so many spares from this one place, they'll give it to me for 3.8. But again, it's still 4 grand for the luck one. For the clutch pressure plate, Sharon. Yo. Crank sensor. No, that one I broke already. I got history with this car, bruh. I got history with this car. I drove this car for 1.5 years. I've got this car for 4 years. I've driven it for 1.5. I've got it for 4. No, the clutch alone for this 1.6 Renault Scenic is 3.8. That's just parts alone. Labor is another 1,000 on top of that. 1,005, depending on who comes to do it or where you take it. Oh man, why you gotta be that guy? Yeah, that's the thing. I was cucking myself also. To the extent, where I said one day, I was making a joke with my bra, and I've never seen somebody's eyes light up the way it did when I spoke about it. I was like, you know what, this Renault engine is giving me so much cuck, and I just realized it's a 1.6 price, not even like a 2-liter engine or what. I think I must just take this motor out and throw it away, and get me like a beams or something, man. Dropping the beams in there, or even a normal 1.6 RSI motor, just like a silver top or something. And dude's eyes lit up like, yeah, let's do that. I was like, yeah, bruh, you more excited than me. He went absolutely nuts at the idea of swapping motors on this thing. but I'm pretty sure that to do that engine swap, yeah, that's what I was saying. To do that engine swap would cost me 30 grand easy with labor and computer box. But oh boy, would that be unsuspecting. Imagine. No, that's not. No, we don't want turbos. We don't want turbos. We don't want forced induction. We want stock. Must be stock. Imagine Toyota or this Jap Fest is happening, and I roll up there with my Renault. I roll up with my Renault at Jap Fest. Hey, you French bastard! What you want here for tech? Like, yeah, for tech. Me, I'm from Japan. Don't tell me. Pop the hood. What? Pop the hood. Come and pop the hood here. Yeah. And then they open the bonnet up. Is there a Supra? Yes, it is, you bitch. Huh? Daddy won a lotto last week. I put a Supra motor in my Renault. Oh, see, this is why I can't win money. This is why I'm broke. This is why I'm broke. Yeah, 1JZ, 2JZ. I would rather go for the 1JZ. But then you're gonna have to change it from front wheel drive to rear wheel drive. But then I would rather put 4-wheel drive. See, this is why I can't have money. Because, aye, bruh. This is why I can't have money. Yeah, no, Sharon, it's just nuts, man. This is why I got married, so that I don't have money. Because the world is not ready for a guy like me with money. I'm the guy that will put a RB26 motor in a Supra and take the Supra engine and put it in the RB26 and go with both cars to the show. I'm that dude. I keep the Renault because it's the one car at the moment I can't really sell it because the car's leaking oil. So how do you sell a car that's leaking oil? Can't keep quiet and don't tell the Owens, hey, the car's leaking. No, I don't do that. I don't believe in that kind of shit. So the car's leaking oil. I need to fix that first. And after I fix that, then yeah, maybe I'll have a look at selling it. And I actually want to get me a station wagon down the road. You know, Opel station wagon. Just take with a lekker management system, I'll be sorted. No, I don't golf. Fuck. I had that thing. It's too much fun to have a golf. Hey, bruh. Cressida wagon at the moment would be on the high risk side because the Owens are using that for, and not it won't be a high risk, but cost wise it's a little bit on the pricey side because the Owens are using that thing for drifting. Ozwiki though, he went and built one mosque, and now everybody's looking for Crest, and it's pricey, bruh. I don't see myself owning that thing. Not specifically that one. Not a cadet, the station wagon, the estate, Astra estate. I know you do get cadet station wagons also. I've seen them. They look weird though. And then obviously you're going up against, what's his name? Rookie Gone Mental, Mr. Len Hitter. Because remember, here's the thing, it still has to be a sound vehicle. It's still gonna be a sound vehicle either way. So I need the space. And the Renault does have the space. And to be honest with you, I like the car because it's something that like literally nobody has in the car scene. People don't really keep those cars because okay fine, we understand they fucked up, they break and then it costs a fucking arm and a leg. We understand that. But even understanding that, what we are saying is that with that being the case, yeah, not the Astra one, the station wagon one. Those I've heard guys picking the bodies up for about 7 grand. Nah, the caddies have been overdone. Everybody, well, in the scene, there's a hell of a lot of caddies on the scene at the moment. So if you want to stand out from the crowd, Renault is the way to go. That's a proper standout vehicle. That is a proper standout vehicle. Because nobody in the scene has a Scenic. I'm the only one that has one. And if they do, it's probably the newer ones. Like I said, for the glue, just to close that up, I'm gonna be using the mustard glue, and I'm using the spicy glue for the spiders in that. I'm based in Boksburg North in the East Rand, Mr. Duke, in Joburg. Yeah, so change the oil. After I change the oil, try and get the oil pump also changed. Yeah, my WhatsApp number's on the bio, guy. Yes, I almost bought one, but apparently guys were saying that those ones, it was the 1.8 turbo. They were saying those ones after 100,000 the turbo becomes a faulty issue, and I didn't want to deal with turbos. And you know me, bruh, having watched Fast and Furious, I'm definitely gonna be trying to get my Charan to sound like one of those vehicles. So yeah, I know the VR6 one was about 15 grand more. Also, kind of within budget. I wouldn't have money to do anything if I had to buy it, but it was there. It was in budget, you know. So, but like I said, the thing was, what vehicle do you get that stands out? Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one. And my 18s have not yet. I've burned them because of. I've burned them because of incorrect settings on the amplifier. I've burned them because of playing the wrong frequency in a box that's not tuned to play that frequency. I've burned them with low voltage. So all these things are very important, you know what I mean? But Jimbos, I will answer you now on the WhatsApp. I'm just learning this new bottles here and how to get this thing done. Okay. There we go there. This one is here. Yeah, no, bruh, that fucking thing is slapped you heavy. I never expected it to be this hectic, bruh. Yo. Opening up more than just the nasal cavities. Ish. There we go. Sure, brother. Thanks for talking, man. Yeah, we're testing them tonight, so I hope so. But wife is working tonight also, so I'll probably be here. Pioneer Pro subs. What size is that Pioneer Pro subs? Because if I'm not mistaken, they come in 12s and in 15s. Last but not least, go, and then I have to say I used to like the tomato sauce one better. The nozzle was nicer. This chili one, the nozzle is cock. I don't like it. If they can better the nozzle so you can put it on better without having to waste so much glue, definitely. Then it's a yes for me. Okay. Yep, American base. Alright, so most likely tonight, Mr. Noe. Actually, not tonight. That one will start next week with it because I need to get wire in, specific wire. The coils on this thing here fell off. You can't compare this to a Venom. Venom 10-inch comes with a 2.5-inch coil. This got a 3-inch coil. The magnet strength is stronger. Just I'm not one that says if you take the thing and you put it here and try and take it off, but this thing's build is way stronger. It's got a dual spider. The Venom's got a single spider. The tensor wire grade on this is stronger than the tensor wire grade on it. The Venom is not a competition woofer. This is in the same as the Targa Comp 10s, so you can't put this with a Venom. Price wise also, this is $2,000. I think the Venom is 1.5 or something like that. Alright, so if you guys want to check tonight, I got both of the 10s done. I will be testing them tonight. I brought in the 10-inch box. So tonight what I'll do is I'm gonna be setting up the radio. So the entire system that I had running here, my power supply decided to go bye-bye. So now I need to reset everything and reconnect everything. So I've got a new power supply that I'm gonna be connecting it with. So if you all wanna check how to dial out the thing, I think after 6 or so tonight I'll be setting the whole thing up, breaking it down and setting it up. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I'll probably close the 12-inch Targa Street. Mr. Noe, probably after 6 or so, because wifey will be going to work just before then. So I'm gonna be alone with Baba, and she likes to play here with all her toys. See, all her toys is ready and waiting for her. So she'll be busy playing here with all her toys, and then I can carry on working here. So Mr. Crooks, you caught me just as I was about to leave. I'll be back again this evening around 6, and I'll catch you Owens then. Until 6, I use mustard sauce glue to stick everything back together again. If you guys wanna catch up on what happened on the live this evening, or I mean this morning, the live shall be uploaded later today. You can check it out on your time. It should be up by 1 o'clock, I would say. Until then, flat, Mysterious 8.